Hey guys, welcome back to yet another episode of Quick Tip Tuesdays. Now I'm sure that you might be wondering कि यार ये तो हमेशा fashion related stuff पे video बनाती है, then why this suddenly? But then you also know that I make a video on the concerns I get on Instagram. So exactly 1 year before, that is in May 2018, we had been to Thailand. Though we did not go for our honeymoon, but I did get calls or messages from many of you saying that you are planning to go to Thailand for your honeymoon, and then whether you should be going or you should not be, or what was the budget, what was the itinerary and stuff. And also in India, whenever we think of going to honeymoon, then there are only few destinations which come to in mind, like Thailand or Mauritius or Maldives, या फिर बहुत सेविंग कर ली होगी तो Paris, Switzerland, and that's it. These are the only few options. So I thought of making this video so that next time कोई मुझे बोले ना कि यार Thailand जाए या ना जाए, तो I can directly give the link so that मेरे views भी बढ़ जाएंगे. And anyways, jokes apart, I also thought that because when we were doing it, we made quite a few mistakes which did cost us quite a lot more. So sharing this video will definitely help you guys. And now enough of the chit chat and directly dive into the topic. Firstly, I'll be talking about whether you should be going or you shouldn't be. Then I'll be talking about the budget, and then I'll be talking about the mistakes you should avoid if you want to cut down the prices of the entire trip. And then lastly, I'll be talking about the itinerary. So let's get started. So point number 1. If you are going to Thailand just because you want to experience a new culture, or if it is your first time to go abroad, then of course you should go for Thailand because their culture is different from that of the ours, and you will actually get a good experience. Then point number 2. Now in India, we tend to spend a huge chunk of money on the weddings that we are not left with a huge lot of money for the honeymoon. So if you are on a budget, then Thailand is a good option. If you want to go to a foreign country but in budget, then Thailand is of course a good option. I'll talk about our budget later on. Tip number 3. Thailand has got so many beaches and they have so good water activities. Now see, when in India, I have been to Goa. Goa is one of the famous beach in India. So even in Goa, I did not find those water activities. Like water activity के नाम पे क्या कराते हैं, बनाना राइड करवा दो, या फिर एक ट्यूब टाइप रहेगा जिसमें बैठा देते हैं, बोट के पीछे बांध देते हैं, and then they leave you after some distance. So these were the water activities which I had done in Goa. But when you go to Thailand, you get so many different water activities like snorkeling of course India में भी होती होगी, but I haven't seen it very common. But in Thailand, this is quite common that you will find this on almost most of the beaches. So you can do snorkeling, you can do underwater walk, and there were really good water activities, water sports to do. So if you are into water sports, then you should definitely go to Thailand. Then fourth point, Thailand gives you like a diverse option, that it gives you many options. See, if you're not a beach baby, like, and of course if you're going for a 8 to 10 days trip, then of course you can't spend every day on the beach, that go to the beach, enjoy the water activities and then come back. You can't do this for 8 days, right? So they have options. Now you can go to Pattaya for the nightlife, you can go to Bangkok for the shopping. So you can get beach, you can get nightlife, you can get shopping, you can get everything in one country itself. So you should definitely go to Thailand for that. And then lastly, the shopping experience. Now you can get all the branded shops over there, and also the street shopping is so damn good. Now I'm very sure the girls who are watching this video might have already ticked Thailand in their mind just because they are going to get such a good experience of shopping. But trust me, the t-shirt I was wearing in my last video, which was about turning men's clothing into girls' cute top. Firstly, thank you for that. Thank you for showing so much of love on that video. But the t-shirt I was wearing in that video was just for 80 bahts, which means 160 Indian rupees. And trust me, the quality is so damn good. You won't feel like it is picked from street. It gives that brand wali fabric wali feeling. So it's perfect, and I've been using it from an year, but it is still in so good condition. It still looks new. So shopping there is so damn good. You will get a huge lot of variety in a very good price. So for shopping, it's a must go. So this is why you should be going to Thailand. Now let me talk about why you shouldn't be going to Thailand. Now point number 1, see, if you are going to Thailand just because you want to see lots of difference, then that's not going to happen, because I personally thought that Thailand and India both are quite similar when it comes to traffic or cleanliness, even for that matter. Because when we went to Bangkok, our hotel was 5 to 6 kilometers away from the bus station, and even after spending 1.5 hours in the bus, we did not reach to our destination. Finally, we decided to get down and then walk for 1.5 kilometers to reach to our hotel. And even in that case, we were before the bus. So, and I'm very sure that you wouldn't love spending your holidays in that traffic, in that noise, in that car honks and all. So for that matter, I wouldn't recommend Bangkok at all. But then what you can do is you can spend most of your time in rest part of the Thailand than that of the Bangkok. You can keep 1 or 1.5 day for Bangkok, and that too specially for shopping. There are few destinations in Bangkok, but again they are something which you have already seen in Pattaya or Krabi. So for that matter, I wouldn't recommend Bangkok, but other places, of course, you can go. I did not find that much of traffic in Krabi. In Pattaya, there was a little bit of traffic, but that was okay. At least we Indian can bear that. Now point number 2. See, whenever you go to Thailand, you will find that 30 to 40% of the people there are Indian itself. And whenever you sit in a boat, then you will find all the Indians surrounding you. So you won't get that, a foreign wali feeling, because everyone is from your country itself, and you feel like, okay, you are in your country and you are going to some beaches. And then again, because there are so many of people coming there and there is so many tourists coming, you won't find that cleanliness which you see in the pictures or which you actually expect from a foreign country. You won't find that Thailand is that clean. Now I did find quite few good clean beaches in Krabi, but in Pattaya or Bangkok, it was not that much clean. So you wouldn't get that expected foreign wali feeling when you go to Thailand. So for that reason, I wouldn't recommend going to Thailand. So yeah, that's it. I think these are only 2 points why I did not like going to Thailand. But then again, depending upon your priorities, you can decide whether you want to go or you don't want to. So now moving on to the most important factor, that is the budget. So we did spend 1.65 lakhs rupees for both of us, including our stay for 10 days, our transportation, food, and also shopping. Now I definitely believe that this could have been reduced if we would have avoided these mistakes, which I'm going to share with you now. So the first mistake we did was that our flight from Mumbai to Bangkok and from Bangkok to Krabi, in between these two flights we just had difference of 1.5 hours. Now though we had our visa already done, but for the immigration process itself, and also their international and domestic airport, both are connected, but still they are 1 to 1.5 kilometer away, which you have to walk. So for all this thing, you at least need 2.5 hours. So make sure that you have difference of 2.5 hours in between both the flights. And because we had only 1.5 hours, so we did miss our flight. And though AirAsia was generous enough that they did not make us pay the whole amount for the next flight, but then again we ended up paying 15,000 rupees for both of us. So that could be definitely avoided. So the next mistake, now I wouldn't say that this is a mistake though, but yeah, of course we could have saved a little bit over there. So what happened is, after going there, my husband wanted to try the local cuisine, whereas I wanted to stick to my roti, chawal, dal, sabji type of food. So whenever we ordered, we actually ordered 2 different dishes. Now one dish was sufficient for both of us, but still we ordered 2 different dishes. So because of that, our cost for food actually doubled. So which you could avoid for sure. And also, if you want to eat Indian food only, then what you can do is you can actually carry the packaged food from here itself, because firstly the food you get there is very costly, and secondly it even don't taste that good. So you can of course carry those Haldiram packaged food. You can take it of any brand, whichever you like, but yeah, I would definitely recommend the packaged food from here. So the next mistake we did was, while applying for visa, we actually applied from musafir.com first, and we did not give them our proper photograph. So we ended up losing that visa, and while refunding us back, they did not pay us the whole amount. So they paid us rupees 2,000 less, I guess. So we ended up losing 4,000 rupees over there. And after that, we again applied from Cox and Kings Global Service. Now this is not a sponsored video at all, but I was really impressed by their service, and also the amount we paid for the visa was much lesser from the previous site. So a huge shout out for them. So if you want to apply for the visa, then I would recommend Cox and Kings Global Service. Do check out that. So the next mistake we did was that we got pearls for few of our friends and families, but later on we realized that those were not the real pearls. So until and unless you know the difference between real pearls and the artificial made pearls, I would suggest don't buy it over there, though we can spend a little bit more if we buy it in India, but at least that will be assured. So these were the mistakes which we did, which you can definitely avoid. And also, if you want to reduce your budget a little bit more, then you can reduce the number of days you are going to stay. We did stay for 10 days. You can reduce it to 7 to 8 days. That will be sufficient. So such way again you can save the cost of 2 days, your food and your stay. So that will again reduce 15 to 20,000 more. And altogether I can say that you can do this entire trip in a budget of 1 lakh to 1.2 lakhs. Now again that depends upon the place you are going to stay and your shopping. But this should be average and that should be sufficient enough. Now if you want me to tell about the itinerary, then I think this video is long enough, so I wouldn't discuss much into details. But if you want me to do, then please let me know in the comment section below so that I can make a video on that itself. And in short, I want to tell you, then we did spend 4 days in Krabi, 3 in Pattaya and 2 in Bangkok. And if you want to reduce the number of days, then you can reduce 1 day each, which means 3 days in Krabi, 2 in Pattaya and 1 day in Bangkok is sufficient enough. So if you really think that this video was helpful enough, then please share this video with your friends and relatives who are thinking of going to Thailand. And also do hit the like button and do subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Instagram to raise the concerns which you want me to address, and I can do it in the coming weeks. So that's it. See you on next Tuesday. Bye.